Hey guys. Hey guys, how are you? How you doing? Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thanks for being with us. And where's Robert Lewis Jr.? From the suite to the street, Duxbury to Roxbury. My friend, you have a way with words. And you also have a way with kids. And we are all better off because of that. Thank you for all you do. And thanks to the voters of Massachusetts who braved that 90-degree heat today to get out and vote to put Karen Polito and me on the path to 4 more years. And to the Lieutenant Governor, I just want to thank you for your leadership, your partnership, and your commitment to the people of Massachusetts. Your visits to all 351 cities and towns make clear that when it comes to working with local governments, we don't just talk the talk, we walk it. And I also want to say thanks to our campaign team and especially to our volunteers and supporters. Lieutenant Governor and I are always energized by your faith in us. And finally, I want to say thank you to my wife, Lauren. This job demands a lot of her and of our family, and she handles everything with kindness and grace. And she also has a wicked sense of humor. When I came home and I told her that we had a 70% favorability rating, highest in the country, she looked at me and said, well, honey, that's nice. But in our house, 70's still a C. Boom. When Karen and I began this journey 5 years ago, we said we'd make Massachusetts a place of hope, opportunity, and possibility. We said we'd focus on creating jobs, improving our schools, and building strong communities. We said we'd restore fiscal discipline, oppose tax increases, and make state government work smarter and better. And we promised we'd work with anyone, regardless of their party or ideology, to move Massachusetts forward. Today, 4 years later, our state is on the rise. Our economy is booming, our schools are the best in the nation, and hope and possibility is blooming in every corner of the Commonwealth. On so many issues we lead. Our economy's added 180,000 new jobs since we took office, and we've had more people working than at any time in our state's history. Our schools have the lowest dropout rate we've ever had and the highest graduation rate, and our kids rank first in math and English nationally for the 6th year in a row. We eliminated a $1 billion structural budget deficit, cleaned up the chaos we inherited at Mass Health and at the Health Connector, invested over $500 million in our public schools, righted the ship at the Department of Children and Families, and added over $500 million to our rainy day fund without raising taxes. In fact, we doubled the earned income tax credit for 450,000 working families here in Massachusetts. Today, the MBTA is investing 4 times more money in its core infrastructure than it was before we took office, and we've spent more than $700 million on local road and bridge funding and invested another $2.8 billion on road resurfacing and improvement projects. We made good on our promise to share tax revenue with local governments. We've expanded our spending on economic development and housing, and thanks to the hard work of the LG, we've created strong bonds and a best practice partnership with all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. We're also procuring the largest amount of renewable energy in state history, a move that will reduce energy costs while strengthening the state's clean energy economy. We overhauled Bridgewater State Hospital, removing a 30-year stain on the state's humanitarian reputation. And we refuse to accept the fact that more than 1,500 homeless families who were reduced to living over 40 motels when we took office was okay. As the LG said, today there are just 36 families living in one motel, and we're not done yet. Now, our strategy for battling the opioid epidemic is a national model. And after years of double-digit increases, we're one of only 7 states that saw overdose deaths drop in 2017. That's what we call progress, but we have a long way to go. And while we've made great progress, there's much more to be done to help expand opportunity for all our citizens. We've increased investments in early childhood education by more than $80 million, the largest increase in more than a decade, to give more kids a chance to start school ready to learn. We changed the game for many vocational and technical school students by investing $50 million directly in high-demand areas and connecting those students to affordable post-secondary options. We have work to do to close gaps for English language learners and low-income and special needs students. And we need to expand our early college programs, expand investments in college scholarships, and extend programs that can reduce the cost of higher education. Our transportation infrastructure is critical to our economy and to our quality of life. We need to finish the work we started cleaning up the mess we inherited at the MBTA so we can deliver the reliable, dependable, 21st century public transportation system you all deserve. Now, we have a plan. We have a plan to invest $8 billion over the next 5 years on our public transportation infrastructure. That would be $5 billion more than the previous administration spent during their final 5 years. And we also need to address our affordable housing shortage. We have a plan currently before the legislature that would encourage the construction of 135,000 new units of housing over the next 6 years. Because you can't live, work, or raise a family in Massachusetts if you can't afford a home here. And our work on the opioid crisis is far from over. With the passage of 2 major laws over the past 4 years, we now have the ability to turn long-term treatment and recovery into a viable option for everyone dealing with an opioid addiction. And when it comes to opioids, we need to do a lot more, folks, than bend the trend. In Massachusetts, we need to end the trend. And finally, we need to respect the taxpayer by continuing to make state government work smarter and better, and by standing up to the urge by many on Beacon Hill to just raise taxes. Whatever the issue, opioids, schools, jobs, transportation, or housing, we need to keep putting progress before politics. At a time when our country is having trouble finding common ground on so many issues, we in Massachusetts are the exception. But that's not an accident. Karen and I believe in bipartisanship. We believe that people in public life can and should debate the issues respectfully and seek common ground wherever they can find it. And that approach is working. We've made real progress here on energy, on environmental policy, economic development, criminal justice, education, healthcare, transportation, and veterans issues. Our economy is booming. Our schools are the very best, and our communities are thriving. And our political discourse is robust and honest because we believe a good idea is a good idea wherever it comes from. So let's keep moving in the right direction, to continue to grow our economy, to keep our schools the best in the nation, and to keep our communities strong and moving forward, and to ensure our state, in the midst of all the dysfunction, remains a powerful example of what can be accomplished when people listen to each other and are willing to tackle the tough issues together. Election Day, November 6th, is right around the corner. Yep. The Lieutenant Governor and I have been honored and humbled to serve the people of this amazing state for the past 4 years. We all look forward to working with all of you to build on the work we've started and to make this great state shine for the next 4 years. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.